Hi there! Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Luna, and today we're going to learn another 10 common English phrasal verbs that native speakers use all the time. These are really useful phrasal verbs that you'll hear in everyday conversations, so make sure you practice them. I promise by the end of this video, you'll feel much more confident using these phrasal verbs. All right, let's get started. Number 1, buzz off. This is an informal way to tell someone to go away or leave you alone. It's not super polite, so be careful when you use it. You might say this when someone is bothering you and you want them to stop. It's kind of rude, but sometimes people use it when they're really annoyed. For example, imagine you're studying in your room and your little brother keeps coming in to annoy you. You might say, "Hey, buzz off. I'm trying to focus here." It's a direct way to tell him to leave you alone so you can concentrate. He'll probably understand that you're serious and you need some peace and quiet. Here's another one. Let's say you're at a park trying to enjoy your lunch, and some annoying flies keep landing on your food. You could wave your hand and say, "Buzz off, flies." Of course, the flies won't understand you, but it's a natural thing to say when something or someone is bothering you. People also use it in a joking way sometimes with their friends. Number 2, call after. This means to shout to someone who is walking away from you, usually because you want to get their attention. Maybe they forgot something, or you have something important to tell them before they get too far away. For example, your friend just left your house, but she forgot her phone on your kitchen table. You grab it and run to the door. You call after her saying, "Wait, Sarah, you forgot your phone." She turns around and comes back to get it. She thanks you for noticing and calling after her. Here's another one. Picture this. You're at a busy train station and you see your coworker walking toward the wrong platform. You call after him saying, "Hey, Mike, the train to Boston is on platform 3, not 4. He hears you, waves, and changes direction. Calling after someone can really save the day. Number 3, call around. This means to phone several different places or people to find information or to find what you need. It's like doing research by making multiple phone calls. It takes time, but it's often worth it. For example, you need to find a dentist who can see you today because you have a terrible toothache. You don't have a regular dentist yet? So you call around to 5 or 6 dental offices in your area, asking if they have any available appointments. Finally, one office says yes, and you book the appointment. You feel relieved that your calling around paid off. Here's another one. Let's say you're planning a birthday party and you need to rent tables and chairs. You're not sure which rental company has the best price, so you call around to different companies. You ask each one how much they charge and then you choose the cheapest option. Calling around helps you compare and make better decisions. Number 4, call back. This one is super common. It means to phone someone again, usually because they called you first and you missed the call, or because you promised to call them later with information. You'll use this phrasal verb all the time in daily life. For example, you're in a meeting and your phone rings. You can't answer it right now, so you let it go to voicemail. After the meeting ends, you check your phone and see that your mom called. You call her back to see what she needed. She tells you she just wanted to say hello and check on you. Here's another one. Imagine you're at a store and a customer asks you a question that you don't know the answer to. You tell them, "I'm not sure, but let me check with my manager and I'll call you back in about 10 minutes. Then you find out the answer, and you call them back with the information they needed. It's a polite and professional way to handle things. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this lesson, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us keep making free English lessons for you every single day. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, let's keep going. Number 5, call for. This phrasal verb has a few meanings. It can mean to require or need something, or it can mean to go to someone's house to pick them up. Let's look at both uses because they're both really common. For example, the weather forecast calls for heavy rain tomorrow. This means the forecast says we should expect heavy rain. Or you might hear someone say, "This recipe calls for 2 cups of flour." That means you need 2 cups of flour to make the recipe correctly. Here's another one. You and your friend are going to a movie together. You tell her, "I'll call for you at 7 o'clock, so be ready." This means you'll come to her house at 7 to pick her up, and then you'll go to the movie together. It's an old-fashioned way of saying you'll pick someone up, but native speakers still use it sometimes. Number 6, call forth. This is a more formal phrasal verb. It means to bring out or produce something, especially an emotion, a memory, or a quality. You might hear it in literature or formal speeches. It's not used much in everyday casual conversation. For example, the beautiful music called forth memories of her childhood. This means the music brought back or triggered memories from when she was young. The music made her remember things from the past, like playing in her grandmother's garden or singing songs with her family. Here's another one. Imagine a leader giving a speech during a difficult time. She might say, "This crisis calls forth the best in all of us." This means the difficult situation brings out people's best qualities like courage, kindness, and strength. It encourages people to show their good side and work together. Number 7, call in. This has several meanings, but the most common ones are to phone your workplace to tell them you can't come in, usually because you're sick, or to ask an expert to come and help with something. Both meanings are really useful to know. For example, you wake up with a terrible headache and a fever. You feel awful and you know you can't go to work. You call in sick and tell your boss, "I'm really sorry, but I need to call in sick today. I have a high fever and I don't think I can make it to the office." Your boss understands and tells you to rest. Here's another one. Let's say there's a leak in your bathroom and you don't know how to fix it. The water keeps dripping and it's getting worse. You decide to call in a plumber. You phone a plumbing company and ask them to send someone to your house to fix the problem. When you call in an expert, you're asking for professional help. Number 8, call off. This means to cancel something that was planned. Maybe it's an event, a meeting, or even a search. When you call something off, you decide it's not going to happen anymore. It's always a little disappointing, but sometimes it's necessary. For example, you planned a picnic with your friends for Saturday, but the weather forecast says it's going to rain all day. You send a message to everyone saying, "Sorry guys, but I think we need to call off the picnic because of the rain. Let's try again next weekend." Everyone understands and agrees to reschedule. Here's another one. Imagine there's a big wedding planned for next month, but unfortunately, the couple decides they're not ready to get married yet. They call off the wedding and notify all the guests that it's been canceled. It's a difficult decision, but sometimes calling something off is the right thing to do. Number 9, call on. This has 2 main uses. It can mean to visit someone, or it can mean to ask someone to do something, like answer a question or help with a task. Both meanings are still used today. For example, your elderly neighbor lives alone and you want to check if she's okay. You decide to call on her. You knock on her door, she opens it, and you say, "Hi, Mrs. Johnson. I just wanted to call on you to see how you're doing." She's happy to see you and invites you in for tea. Here's another one. You're in a classroom and the teacher is asking questions. She looks around the room and says, "Okay, let me call on someone to answer this question." Then she points at you and says, "How about you, Maria?" When the teacher calls on you, she's choosing you to answer or participate. Number 10, call out. This means to shout something loudly, or it can mean to criticize someone publicly for doing something wrong. Both meanings are very common, and you'll hear this phrasal verb used in different situations all the time. For example, you're in a crowded shopping mall and you lose sight of your 5-year-old son. You start to panic and you call out his name loudly, "Tommy! Tommy, where are you?" Other people hear you and help you look. Fortunately, you find him a minute later looking at toys in a store. Here's another one. Let's say your coworker has been taking credit for work that you did. You're tired of it, So during a team meeting, you decide to call him out. You say, "Actually, I was the one who completed that report, not John." When you call someone out, you're pointing out their mistake or bad behavior, usually in front of other people. And that's it for today's lesson. We covered 10 really useful phrasal verbs that you'll hear all the time in American English. These are the kinds of expressions that native speakers use every single day. I hope these examples help you understand how to use them in real conversations. Try to practice using one or two of these this week. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends who are learning English, and don't forget to subscribe because we post new videos every single day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.